Welcome to CE2 Analysing a Website. Behind this file on Public Data, Year 11 IT, Classic Exercises, Unit 3, CE2 Analysing a Website. If we open the Word file, we can see the text description. In this exercise, we will choose a website and complete a formal analysis of it. You're going to need to look at Unit 4 Controlled Assessment Revision Guide, and you're going to need to read pages 6 and 8, which show you how to analyse two websites, and they look at wikipedia.org and gamestation.co.uk. Pause this video now until you've read pages 6 to 8 of the Controlled Assessment Revision Guide. You should now know that when we come to analyse a website, we're going to be looking at audience, that's who the website is aimed at, purpose, what the website allows the user to do and why it's been created, and then the house style. And we're going to be looking at fonts, colours, images, logos, use of language, how it's laid out. You can see here in the task description I've listed these key questions which you now need to consider as you look at the website which we're going to analyse, which is screwfix.com. What is the aim or purpose of this website? You should be aware that websites are of different types. Now, what you need to think of, the people who wrote this website, they aimed at a certain group of people. And if you look at the website, perhaps you can find some evidence which shows the type of people they're targeting and why the website was written. Secondly, now this house style of the website. Websites, professional ones at least, should keep a consistent house style. There should be a small number of fonts, layouts and colour schemes. If you were designing a slideshow or a website, a professional approach would be to test it out on a target audience, get their feedback to help you improve the site. And here's some tips from slideshows and websites. Be careful how much text you put on a page. People really don't like scrolling down. In your controlled assessment, you're going to have to analyse two different websites, and you're going to have to discuss what we've just been looking at here, the target audience, the design features, the house style. It'd be good for you to make a list of all the design features you can spot on this website, particularly if there are different types. Screen dumps are very useful to help you do this. Finally, can you make some evaluations of the website after you've had a good look across the whole website? Do you think it really met its overall purpose? Do you trust the information is accurate, and why? And does the tone of the website match the target audience? If it was targeted at children, it would have characteristics which would appeal to children. Or if it was targeted at women or men, maybe it would have characteristics and features that would particularly appeal to different groups. Is the website up to date? Is there evidence it's been maintained? And how easy did you find it to use? Now you need to type up full answers to all these questions. Once you finish this task, I'd like you to consider a second website. If you can't think of one, then use this one. And complete the whole analysis exercise for the second website. Now that you've finished looking at two websites, we can compare and contrast the two websites you've analysed. You really need to look at Unit 4, Controlled Assessment Revision Guide, page 9. And on that page you'll see how you can compare, look at what's similar, and contrast, look at what's different about the design and layout of both websites. Think about the navigation, the hyperlinks, the hotspots, and how they differed or compared on both sites. Buttons, rollover buttons, pop-up comments. Think about how large the websites were, and what interactive features there were, and how easy it was to use one compared to the other. Don't try Task 4 unless you've completed reading page 9, Comparison and Contrasts of Design and Layouts on Websites. Now you've completed Task 4, we go to Task 5. You've looked generally at the audience, the purpose, the house style and the design of two websites. Now you need to find some examples of some of the multimedia features that have been used. Again, you're going to have to do this in your controlled assessment. The key thing here is to look at different types of multimedia feature. Don't spend all the time just talking about one multimedia feature and giving 5 examples of it. You need a range and examples. If you find an example, take a digital image or a screen dump of it and then comment on it. Look on page 10 of the Controlled Assessment Revision Guide and you'll see what I mean. I want to show you one way in which you can get information about websites and the multimedia that's being used. If you right click, say, on an image here, you'll see the word inspect, then left click inspect. You'll see the rugby player here, and straight away we can see that if I do inspect again, 230 by 130 pixels. I'll click inspect again, and this is the image here, the top story there. And then on the right, when you did inspect, you'll see that it created the HTML script that was used to generate that multimedia image. And you can see it here, briscoe3_getty. It's a JPEG file. And here is the link to that. We can inspect something else here. For example, here's a hyperlink on the text. So again, let's inspect that. And you can see the hyperlink, Leeds beat Castleford. And here it is, Leeds beat Castleford. And the other thing you can also tell here is the color schemes defined in RGB. Here's the blue, 0115187. And that's the highlighted blue when you move over the text. That should allow you to note down the sizes and the types of multimedia features being used. Here's a table with some suggested formats. If you can get the size of the pixels of any images, that's really good as well. Now you need to get on and complete this project. Write down full sentences and detailed answers. Don't forget to go to the controlled assessment revision guide I've given you, which will give you lots of helpful hints.